Hello everyone, just a slight disclaimer as always before watching this video. This video is based off the events of the first 4 episodes in the Murdown series, concept art, and a handful of tweets, so the majority of this is just pure speculation, so take this video with a grain of salt. And if you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe and check out any other non-related theory content. Thank you! Murdown's episode 4 was admittedly a fever dream. Lots of new lore as well as old lore had to be re-established in this episode, but one of these mysteries, however, has seemed to fly over everybody's head. I'm surprised that this hasn't been talked about as much as it should have, so without further ado, let's examine this weird flesh thingy Uzi has created. I feel like it would be best to start with this theory by looking at this creature for the little time it has on screen. The creature is created when the Absolute Solver malfunctions for Uzi, turning its color to a shade of yellow for the first time since the pilot. The creature spawns in a puddle of oil, as it splashes around frantically, most likely suffocating due to the lack of oil. Its appearance shares many striking resemblances to the Absolute Solver symbol, with its 3 arms and 1 large eye. This isn't the first time we've seen depictions of this creature, however. Earlier in the episode, we can see a drawing of it that dead worker made. Not only this, but we also see these drawings of the solver in Uzi's bedroom and in Nori's cooking stain stuff closet. We can conclude a few things via these inferences. 1. The creature is definitely tied to the Absolute Solver. 2. This creature can be spawned by those infected by the Absolute Solver. And 3. It most likely resides in oil. This gives us a small window into what this creature is and what it can entail in the Murder's universe. But that's all for the facts, however. Now, we speculate. For now, I will be referring to this creature as a parasite, and why I'll explain this later in the video. From our inferences, we can say that the parasite resides in oil, which we can also conclude is its habitat. Remember back in theory number 8 when I say that Jensen most likely bribed large countries like America to fund their program via the promise of space oil? I think this did one day come true, as during one of Jensen's explorations, they might have found a planet rich with oil. As oil most likely fueled their products and others' products, they could become the titan of the oil industry. Blinded by easy riches, they got the worker drones to go down and suck the oil dry from the planet. In the process, they never once thought to themselves when an organism might be residing in the oil, so they never realized that they were destroying an organism's habitat. I can't tell you guys how advanced these species were, or they had their own intelligence, but it's most likely they're extinct because of the habitat destruction. The parasites were most likely enraged with the death of their species and home, so they want to get revenge upon Jensen. But as we can conclude, they can't stay out of oil for long periods of time, or not even at all because they would suffocate. So they use the best next option, the worker drones. I'm going to guess that they would use their arms to attach themselves to the workers' faces, or their backs, and inject them with a poison or tamper with their code. This would create the Absolute Solver program, originally intended to be used so that the species could survive. However, this program evolved to become a lot more deadly. Remember when I said that these creatures would be called parasites? Well, this is why. A parasite is defined as an organism that lives inside another organism, and benefits by depriving them of its nutrients. This is what possibly causes the hunger that the infected experience. Their oil is being sucked up or consumed by these parasites, so they in turn need this oil to survive, which is what leads to the infected committing cannibalism and murder. Those deprived of oil, however, will most likely die due to thirst. We can see this with the corpses lying under the floorboards. This could also mean that those infected are like the murder drones and that they need oil to survive or also overheat and die. Something else to note is this. The parasites decided to spread this infection by contaminating the oil Jensen was extracting out of this planet. In turn, all present worker drones that were exposed to the parasites or were constructed with this oil were infected. Jensen wouldn't know any better, as they would be watching behind locked doors, so they probably wouldn't notice. Somehow, in some way, JC Jensen discovered the infection. You could say that a JC Jensen employee caught a worker drone eating another, or that some worker drones were showing lots of hostility towards the employees. Nonetheless, JC Jensen would discover it and realize the massive threat it posed. This would cause a massive recall on worker drones, costing JC Jensen millions of dollars. The reason why I believe this is because of this clip from the trailer. I originally thought that these dumps were formed because of the discovery that the worker drones on Copper 9 had developed advanced AI, so everybody threw their worker drones out of fear. This idea, however, was challenged, that they were thrown away because they were easily breakable. And there is a lot of evidence that this idea is incorrect, because we can see Thad taking a massive amount of punishment and still being able to function properly. Even Lizzie was able to survive a missile explosion with no signs of any actual damage. So these two ideas are equally debunked, and I do believe that JC Jensen did cause these dumps, and used the discovery of AI on Copper 9 as a scapegoat. This did prevent most lives from being lost, except for a family with a curious little girl and a lot of unprecedented knowledge. I'm of course referring to Tessa and Sin, but those two will be a discussion for another day. To wrap up this theory, I'm going to claim that the murder drones were made as a response to the infected. Not only do they resemble lots of similarities between designs, but the murder drones looked like better fleshed out versions of these ghouls. This could also explain why the murder drones are called disassembly drones, and why they are equipped with lots of weapons and other tools for destruction, not just for killing. Thanks to Cliff Robotnik for pointing this out. Also, I will be doing shoutouts again, as they do help me with the algorithm. So if you made it this far into the video, type #parasite in the comments below. And yes, I'll be doing these at the end of the videos again, as I do tend to forget about the secret words and forget to put them in between each paragraph of lore and theorizing. I plan on my next video to be covering the infected, specifically those who are trapped under Camp 98.7. And as promised, my Murder Drones OC Explained Part 2 video will air next week. So if you are excited about this upcoming content, remember to like and subscribe. Thank you.